basketball, Mike.
Tuesday night, December 21st, Minneapolis High School basketball. First game of the night, your Lady Lions of Minneapolis taking on the host team. You all set for the season, eh?
Am I on, Dale?
Sacred Heart High School hosting the Minneapolis High School tonight.
Been a while since we've been in the Sacred Heart gym, hasn't it, Dale?
Yes, back in the 80s, I guess.
I was going to say 20, 25 years since Minneapolis.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird feeling coming in here in the fall when we played volleyball. Set to go with the starting lineup. Minneapolis is going to be in the traveling blue jerseys. Sacred Heart will be in the home. Well, they're in dark jerseys too, Dale.
That's their white.
Evidently. Lions will play they have every game so far this season. Jessa Perry, Krista Frazier, Audra Atwell, Jordan Crossan, and Mallory Goeth.
After watching Sacred Heart against Southeast of Saline in the blue and gold tournament over there, Vic, they got behind Southeast 12-14 points early in the first quarter, and Steph Whitman took over the front half of that ball game and proceeded to bring them back to close at halftime and maybe even a little bit ahead, and they never looked back after that. Sacred Heart will be a tough team for anyone in this league and any 3A ball club to match up with Shannon Bouchard inside and Steph Whitman. Steph Whitman rebounds like a 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, yeah.
Person. She can really jump. Quickness and can play defense.
Steph very athletic.
And we do know she can fill it up.
Be kind of interesting to see how the Lions come out and match up with her. If it was me, and by no means am I coaching, I'd hawk her all night long. I'd put Jessa Perry, Audie Atwell, somebody like that on her, and I'd just be all over her all night long.
She averages around 20 points a ball game.
Knights control the opening tip. They're going from right to left. Whitman with the ball, top of the circle. Pass across the paint there to an open Lady Knight.
Good tall player in the center to get that pass.
Audie Atwell drug her foot there just across the timeline. Pulled up, tried to get the ball to the middle. Traveling violation, turns ball over to the Lady Knights.
Minneapolis in a man-to-man here early on. 2-0 Sacred Heart. Lady Knights, Whitman in close. She's deadly in close. Got the ball in the paint, Vic. That's not good.
Sacred Heart starts out with a full court press.
2-1-2 variety. It looks like they're willing to trap at half court.
Perry with the ball, and she's fouled by Ashley O'Brien. Knight's first foul of the contest. Pass deflected on the inbounds, out of bounds off Sacred Heart. Minneapolis will keep the ball. Perry with the ball or Atwell with the ball. They kick to Perry, swings it over to Goeth on the wing. They're going to get a foul on Bouchard as she tries to go over the top of Jordan to deny that pass.
Minneapolis would like to keep this score in the 40s. Let Sacred Heart score 55, 60 points. We're going to have a hard time staying with them.
Shot in the lane, misdirected by either a push on the hand or the ball was slapped, but it's called out of bounds off Minneapolis. Sacred Heart with the ball. And a 4-point lead. Whitman with the ball on the wing. Bouchard jumps out to the top. She passes it off to O'Brien. Swing it back to Whitman, back to the top, over to O'Brien on the wing. Look inside to Bouchard. Bouchard takes it into the paint. Kicks it out to Whitman.
Switching up defenses here a little bit.
Whitman for three. It's in and out. Crossing without good position, but she's able to pick off the second chance rebound. Mallory kicks it back out to Perry and swings it to Crossan over to Frazier. Frazier sets up on the wing, looks inside to Goeth. Mallory takes the pass down to the baseline, a little 6-foot jumper up and in. Minneapolis on the board, they trail 4-2, 5:46 to go in the first quarter. Whitman for three, beyond the circle again, it's off front of the rim, rebound by Mallory Goeth.
Cold shooting night so far for Whitman, which is fine with me.
That could keep up. Perry with a nice drive, and she's going to get called for the offensive foul as she takes it just a little bit too far in. Shannon Bouchard set up there in the paint. Jess Perry takes it right at her, and she's called for the offensive foul. First team foul on the Lady Lions, first one on Jess Perry. O'Brien crosses the timeline for the night, swings it over the wing, kicks it inside to Bouchard. Jess Perry out there with quick hands gets on that ball. O'Brien left alone for three. Perry's going to step in and get the rebound. There's going to be foul number 2 called on Shannon Bouchard. 2 fouls early on Bouchard. We're just 3 minutes into the game, and she's picked up number 2. Wow. Third team foul on the Lady Knights.
5 minutes left in the first quarter. 2 quick ones on the big gal from Sacred Heart. They have another one on the bench they can bring in.
And that can't hurt you too bad, man, if you're a Minneapolis Lions fan. Atwell takes it baseline. During the break, we had Jarrah Shoemaker. Mallory with a turnaround jumper in the paint. Good for 2. Jarrah Shoemaker and Megan Donovan check in for the Lady Lions. That ties the score at 4 apiece. They swing it to the wing to O'Brien.
Mallory with a good start so far, Vic. 2 quick buckets, both of them in the paint. That's just where she needs to be shooting, that 6 to 8 foot jumper.
Back from the top of the key. Mallory clears the board for Minneapolis, and Shoemaker's going to bring it up for the Lady Lions. Gets it down to Perry on the wing. She looks inside, kicks it down to Donovan. Donovan takes it up off the glass. Hard. There's Donovan right there. Almost had a steal from Whitman. 4-4 is your score with just over 4 minutes to go. First quarter. Swing it back over to Whitman, top of the circle. She looks inside to Bouchard. Atwell almost picks that pass off.
Our kind of game right now.
Sacred Heart bring in three replacements. Jordan Crossan off the bench as she comes in for Mallory Goeth, gives her a break. Whitman back over to, they swing it to the wing. Sacred Heart looking for outside shots all night long. Sacred Heart up for the rebound and comes down with it. Whitman for 3. Rims out. Minneapolis with position but unable to pull their board down. Back up top to Whitman. Bouchard down underneath. That ball's up and in. Turnover by the Lady Lions. Frazier off the bench for Minneapolis. Atwell take a rest. Knights with the ball, look inside to Bouchard. Bouchard's in the paint.
She's deadly in there. 4 foot from the basket. 2 in a row now for Shannon Bouchard.
Crossing with a nice move into the paint, takes it off the glass. But it's rebounded by the Knights. Whitman with the ball. She takes it into the middle, drops the pass down underneath. Crystal Stegman throws it. Plenty of arc on that ball.
Plenty. Traveling on Megan Donovan as she tried to return pass over to Jessa Perry. Minneapolis, 3rd turnover here, just in as many trips down the floor.
And the Lions find themselves down by 6 very quickly. At the 4-minute mark, it was tied up 4 apiece. 2.5 minutes to go in the period, and they're down by 6, 10 to 4.
And that's what I noticed about this Sacred Heart team. They can put up the points in a hurry, and they've got 3 or 4 different scores. When you got Whitman in there, it's she can score at any time. She's been pretty cool. I think she's like 0 for 5 so far on her outside shooting.
Minneapolis playing some good defense on Steph Whitman. She hasn't had any real open looks at the basket, and what the shots that she has taken, she's taken from way back behind the arc. Out of the timeout, Sacred Heart will inbound. Whitman with the ball. Over to Stegman. Skip pass cross court to Whitman. Touch pass down baseline. It's out of bounds.
She may not look like it right now, Vic, but I really think Whitman is a pretty good prospect for college basketball. She plays really good defense, can jump out of the gym for 5'10".
She signed
and she can score.
She signed to play at Washburn. She's going to be in Ichabod next year. Frazier with the ball on the wing, looking inside, try and get one down to go with. They get it inside to Mallory. Kick it back out. Shoemaker spots for 3. Audie Atwell's there to pick off that nice pass by Jarrah Shoemaker. Puts it up and in for 2. Basketball. She's going to play basketball for Washburn. There's Whitman again. Foul called on Mallory, 2nd team foul.
Mallory with the hold as Whitman headed for the basket. She had an open lane.
Mallory's looking for help down low. She's got Knights on her back, no calls made. Ball goes out of bounds off Minneapolis. Little jumper just inside the free throw line. Good by Pratt. The Knights still in that press. Minneapolis gets it across the timeline. Atwell into a double team. Turns it over to the Lady Knights.
Even though we broke the half-court line, 10-second line, Sacred Heart still hunting for that trap, and they got Audie. Pressure on the sideline, and it went off her leg. 12-6, Lady Knights.
Dribbled right into that trap. That's where you want to stay away from the trap. That's where you want to stay away from that trap, is stay away from the sidelines or the baselines. Pratt moves inside, dumps it off. Crossing's there for the tie-up, and I believe that's going to be Minneapolis ball on the turnover, on the alternate possession.
How many, Dave?
49. Oh, they changed.
Lions break the press. Frazier spots for three. Juris Shoemaker right there to tear that ball away. Official first gave it to Minneapolis and then took it away, and it's going to be Sacred Heart ball. Pratt brings it up for the Lions. She's guarded by Jessa Perry. Jessa steps in front of that almost with a good steal there. Stick that ball out there in front of Jess Perry, she's going to take it away from you. Stegman gets it down the baseline. Helby
So
back
Stegman
out.
will crank up that three-pointer. We got to be aware of that. She hit 2 or 3 against Southeast in the blue and gold. Nice
Mallory
anticipation by Mallory with that interception.
Atwell for three, and it's just off the rim. At the buzzer, Lottie Atwell puts one up from way beyond the arc. First period comes to an end. Sacred Heart's doubled up the score. They're up on Minneapolis 12-6.
You know, that one had a chance to go. She recognized there was no time left. She had to let it fly, and it just rimmed off.
At least we recognize that. There's been several times this year at the close of the quarter that we had no idea what time was on the clock. What a waste.
So
Just
true.
let it run out.
Could have been worse if Mallory wouldn't have stepped in front of that pass down underneath, and Sacred Heart looking for an easy bucket against that 2-3 zone, 2-1-2 type zone. They had someone open. Mallory closed the gap down there for a steal. So,
Well, Michael, I could be wrong, but I think that Steph Whitman is scoreless in the first period. I don't believe she has a .1. And Minneapolis playing good defense on her. When she gets the ball, somebody's right there in her face.
that's fine with me. We can hold her under 12 points. We got a chance to win this thing, really.
I believe that.
Shannon Bouchard in foul trouble, but Sacred Heart is deep, very deep.
Bouchard's still on the pine. Sacred Heart swings it on the perimeter. Skip pass cross court, back out top to Whitman. They got to back it back out as Minneapolis drops that down. Jordan Crossing with some good defense underneath there, Mike.
Lady Lions working hard here on defense, not willing to give up anything. Tightened up the inside just a little bit.
They stick it right in there to.
And that's what you need. You need offside help like that.
Got that double down with Jessa Perry. They turned into the defense, and Jess is right there for the tie-up. Turnover to the Lady Lions on the alternate possession. Still looking at full court pressure by the Knights. Lions break the pressure. One thing you don't want to do on that pressure there is take one dribble and then pick it up. Shoemaker with a nice dribble move to the baseline. Crossing's there to rip the rebound away. She's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line. She'll shoot two as Mary Kate McKee picks up foul number 1 on her. That'd be team foul number 4 on the Lady Knights.
Jordan stole that away.
I thought Sacred Heart had that rebound. Jordan Crossing hung with it and took it away from her. She's at the line shooting 2. First 3 free throws on its way. It's good. Second attempt by Crossing's up. Rattles around off the rim. It's rebounded by the Knights. They're off and running. Sacred Heart with a turnover called for carrying a ball.
12-7. Lady Knights here in the second quarter. Minneapolis playing hard.
Jessa Perry returns the favor. She gives the ball back on a turnover as she's whistled for the traveling violation. Inbound to Whitman at the top of the circle. Back to Steph for unguarded three from the top. It rims out. Rebounded by Jessa Perry. Mallory brings it across timeline, sets up offense, hands it off to Shoemaker. Kick ball by Sacred Heart. It's going to stay with Minneapolis.
And you know, that's something I haven't seen called a lot as a kick. They let it usually go, or have been early on.
We've had several of those that have gone off feet. Could have been called a kick ball. Shoemaker inbounds it to Perry, and she gets it over to Atwell. Atwell brings it back out top, set the offense. Nice pass inside to Cross as she dribbles into the paint. Audie Atwell. Audie with a dribble move to the inside looking for a bucket. She's called for the traveling violation. Another turnover on the Lady Lions. They trail 12-7. Skip pass across the court. McKee back to Whitman. Back over to McKee on the wing. She's going to drive the paint. She's going to get fouled by Shoemaker.
Boy, how'd that go in?
Jarrett a little bit late getting there as McKee drives to the bucket.
Megan Donovan back in for Minneapolis. Jordan Crossan will get a rest.
First free throw attempt's good. And that's going to be a foul on Whitman as the ball, Mallory had to get it in. 5-second call about to be called. She gets it into Shoemaker, low pass. Whitman goes down for the ball, but she smacks Shoemaker on the arm. A little turnaround jumper in the lane by Mallory is rebounded by Whitman, and they're headed back the other way. Nice deny by Mallory.
Well, they got that turnover. Mallory just tipped it barely on a denial. Loose ball to Minneapolis.
They get a nice look down to Megan Donovan at the baseline. She takes it off the glass. That brings Minneapolis back to within 6, 15-9. Whitman looked at the three, put it on the floor. Nice job by Jessa Perry to get that steal. She's going to take it down, go in for the layup. Count the bucket. Brings Minneapolis to within 4, 15-11. We got a 30-second timeout called by Coach John Darrow. Minneapolis has come back to within 4.
Couple quick baskets, one by Megan Donovan and Jessa Perry. Minneapolis fighting back here.
Tell you what.
Starts down here on the defensive end. We've had a couple of turnovers, just barely tick that ball out, and loose balls, we're picking them up and getting them. So,
and Mike, all these
girls
need to know is that they can do this. That's all they need to know. We played this same group of girls a year ago in the Blue and Gold Classic there at the Bicentennial Center, and it went double overtime.
Yeah, it was close. And we should have won it, as I remember.
Yes, we should. Coming out of the timeout, Sacred Heart with the inbound. They have a 4-point lead, 15-11. Just under 5 minutes to go in the half. Takes it baseline. Back out the top of the key for Whitman. That should have been a travel call, no call. Steph steps in, go for the... Donovan's right there for the good possession.
Shannon
on the
Bouchard.
rebound. Somebody goes over the top for her back, gets the rebound for the putback. Two quick buckets by Sacred Heart puts the Lions back down by 8. Frazier takes it inside, kicks it over to Perry, back out to Frazier. Frazier down to Perry. Mallory with a shot in paint. Audie Atwell goes up for the rebound. Our girls just have not been very lucky at getting fouls called down low when they go up for shots.
It looked like Audie was
Hammered.
hacked there, but it's hard to tell from this angle.
Frazier steps in front of that pass, unable to track it down. Sacred Heart goes picks it up. Megan Donovan's going to be called for the push from behind as she's trying to keep Bouchard out of the paint. Fourth team foul for the Lady Lions. First one on Donovan. O'Brien for three. It's off the front of the rim. Nice block out by Donovan as she clears the glass for the Lions. Shoemaker with the ball. Across the timeline. How is that not a foul? Donovan with the ball out top. Gets it over to Frazier on the wing. Frazier with a little drive around. Rebounds tracked down by Audie Atwell. Shoemaker with the shot. Rebounded by Bouchard. Sacred Heart off and going the other way. Brian's going to spot for three. Can't leave her alone unguarded because they'll shoot those in. Doubled up the score again on the Lions. They're down 11, 22-11. They're still in the full court press. Get it over to Frazier. Frazier takes it inside to Donovan. Donovan up and in with two. 22-13. 2:38 to go in the half. Pratt with the ball. Kicks it over to McKee on this side. Swings it over to O'Brien on the far side. Whitman with a travel. Not called again. Oh, and makeup call.
Yeah, one there.
I ain't taking anything away from Steph Whitman. She's a good ball player, but you can't let her get away with traveling violations and stuff like that down there. She should have to play by the same rules we do. Minneapolis throws that one away. Turn over to the Knights.
Minneapolis, a good job handling the pressure so far. Their pass was a little bit behind as we were streaking down the court. Seventh turnover for Minneapolis here in the first half. Quick move by Sacred Heart, and it's in.
Stegman takes it inside right off the glass. Crossing going into the paint. Going to get a tie up, and it's going to stay with Minneapolis. (24-13), 1:39 left to go in the first half. Minneapolis trails by 11. Pass over the top. He'll call that skip on Minneapolis, but we can't get that call the other side. Pratt kicks it back out to Stegman. Stegman back over to Pratt. That was as much a walk as what Mallory's was. No call.
Wow. Mallory tries to shut down the baseline, and she gets ticketed with her second foul. And she goes to the bench. Coach Darrow not wanting to get the third on her with 1:14 left here in the first half.
Nice steal by Atwell. She steps in front of that pass. Jessa looking down low to Crossan. Pass
Good
out of the
idea.
reach of Jordan.
Good idea. Entry pass just a little out of her reach. 10th turnover for Minneapolis.
Under a minute to play in the first half. Minneapolis still trails by 11, 24-13. Whitman takes it into the paint.
I believe that's our first basket of the game, I think.
She gets a shooter's roll off the back of the rim. (26-13). 15 seconds left to go in the half. Minneapolis under 10 seconds. Stegman are going to get whistled for the foul. That's going to be the 16th foul on the Lady Knights. Stegman's first foul call. Minneapolis going to have to do something quick. They got 6.5 seconds.
I hope they're all aware of the time.
Frazier comes in. She's going to be looking for something baseline. Put up a three.
Well, that didn't take long.
Good idea by Coach to get Jessa on Steph Whitman. Use up a little bit of the time here. Almost a push off. Well, she missed them all but that one. Steph Whitman with a three-pointer at the buzzer. It will count. And Sacred Heart goes to the locker room with a 30-13, 17-point lead.
Lady Lions played well that first quarter and a half.
Played real well. And then Sacred Heart got a couple, 2 or 3 easy buckets.
Yeah, they did. It was 26-13. It should be 29. Because a three-point, I don't care how far behind the line you are, that's only 3 points. They've changed the score and got it right. Minneapolis down by 16 at the half, 29-13. And we'll be back a little bit later with some first half statistics.
Point totals for Minneapolis here in the first half. 4 points for Megan Donovan off the bench, and a good job rebounding with offense and a defensive rebound. Mallory Goeth with 4 points, and a good job on defense with a lot of tip-aways, denials underneath, created turnovers for Minneapolis. 2 points for Audrey Antwell, 2 points for Jessa Perry, and 1 point for Jordan Crossan. Rounds out the 13 points for Minneapolis. 11 turnovers in the first half. I know Coach would rather see that closer to 7 or 8 a half, so probably 4 or 5 more than what they'd really like for a half of action. Get ready for the second half. Sacred Heart will inbound the ball to start second half. Minneapolis on the right-hand side in a 1-3-1. Ball tipped out by Minneapolis. Sacred Heart recovers.
Sacred Heart still with that motion offense, swinging it from around the perimeter. Mary Kate McKee spots up for a three, nothing but net. That extends the night lead to 19. Turnover by the Lions. And Shannon Bouchard's going to get...
They called that shuffle step that time,
Shannon
Vic.
Bouchard's going to get called for the traveling violation. Turnover to the Lady Lions. Minneapolis starts the second half the same way they started the first half. Atwell with the ball on the wing. She picks up her dribble. Kristen Frazier runs out, picks it up. Turnover to the Knights, though. She goes in for the layup. Ashley O'Brien with the steal and layup. That puts the Knights up by 21. Chris Frazier spots for three. That ball doesn't draw iron, out of bounds off Minneapolis. Turnover to the Knights.
Open look.
Whitman will bring it up for the Knights. She's going to be guarded by Perry, picked up at half court. Jordan Crossan steps in to pick up O'Brien, or McGee, as she goes to the baseline, and she gets there a little too late. She picks up the foul. Jordan's first personal, Mike. Played the first half without a foul, Jordan did. McGee misses the first attempt. Rebounded by Crossan. Atwell with the ball. Gets it over to Perry. Perry looking inside for Mallory. Mallory pops up top. She's going to take it in off the glass. Jordan Crossan's there for the rebound, but it's taken away by Sacred Heart. Whitman headed the other way. Minneapolis with some hands in there, picks off a pass. Mallory with the ball, tries to get it inside to Crossan. Leads her too far with that pass, goes out of bounds. Turnover to the Knights. Sacred Heart is up 36-13. Whitman for three from the wing.
Well, she's too good a shooter to stay cold all night.
Coach Darrow off the bench for Minneapolis. He takes a full timeout as Sacred Heart extends that lead. They're up by 26 now.
Three quick turnovers by Minneapolis and three quick buckets by Sacred Heart, and it
The turnovers are just deadly.
It goes the other way pretty fast, doesn't it?
And you play a good shooting team like Sacred Heart, you can't turn the ball over like that. That's just charity there. Minneapolis is going to have to do a lot better job taking care of the ball if they want to come any closer, bring themselves any closer in this ball game.
Well, you have to recognize three-point shooters. Sacred Heart's just sitting out there looking for a three-point shot. Steph Whitman, and that other girl. Well, there are about two or three others.
Yeah, McKee, O'Brien.
They're looking for that three-point shot. You got to respect that. You got to stay out there on them. Good shooting team will tear you up after a while, and that's what Sacred Heart's starting to do now.
Out of the timeout, Minneapolis have the inbound at half court. Atwell gets it into Perry. Trapped by the Knights. That's going to be a foul called on Whitman. That'll be
good call.
Steph's second personal. Team foul number 1 of the second half. Atwell inbounds to Perry. Perry with O'Brien Gardner. And Jessa picks up her dribble and drags her foot at the same time. Good call for the traveling violation. Another line turnover. Sacred Heart swinging that ball around on the perimeter. Now we're going to get a 3-second call on Bouchard. Turnover to the Lions. Sacred Heart using that perimeter, Mike. They're taking a look inside every now and then, but they'll put it up for 3. Minneapolis is going to have to keep a look on that. Donovan's come in for Crossan.
Sacred Heart in a 1-2-2 trap here. Minneapolis doing a good job breaking the pressure.
Perry gets it across the timeline, takes it down to the baseline, back out to Shoemaker. Shoemaker looks. Just hands it right over to Steph Whitman. And we're going to get a foul called on Jessa Perry. Second personal foul on Jessa. Lady Lions' second team foul, the second half. Whitman gets it into Bouchard, and they're going to call a foul on. Is that going to be on Perry? If so, that's foul number 3. That official calls out Audra Atwell for the foul there. She never even got a hand in there.
Well, Jessa didn't need another one that quick, so.
That's Audie's first personal. Whitman spots for 3 off the front of the rim, rebounded by Perry. Atwell breaks down the court. She goes in for the layup. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. She'll shoot 2. Good look by Jess Perry catching Audie streaking down the floor.
And we need these two to get off the schneid here in the second half.
Atwell's first free throw attempts off the rim. Donovan in off the bench for Minneapolis. Mallory Gould takes a seat. Second free throw attempts hard off the back of the rim, rebounded by Sacred Heart. Swing it to O'Brien, back to McKee, over to Whitman. Skip pass across the court to O'Brien, back out top to Whitman.
Minneapolis in a 1-3-1 here. Zone defense. Sacred Heart not having much luck penetrating it. Wow, that was blocking foul on Jarrah Shoemaker.
I think they're going to call her for hold. Frazier comes off the bench. She'll take Shoemaker's place. 4 team fouls for the Lady Lions.
And we switch back to the 2-3 on the inbounds. Trademark of Coach Darrow to lock them out.
It's going to be a 2 inside the 3-point line. McKee buries that deep deuce. Perry's going to take it all the way to the baseline. She's going to go up for 2, and she's fouled.
And that's what we need to do. We need to stay aggressive here.
Yeah. Carissa Helby whistle for the foul. Her first personal. 3rd team foul on the Lady Knights. Perry's free throw attempts off the back of the rim. Sacred Heart takes timeout, 30-second.
When's the last time we scored? About halfway through the second quarter?
It's been quite a while. Lady
Lions
a drought. Not scored yet in the second half. It's 4.5 minutes so far in the second half.
I believe this team won the state last year, so it's not like we're up against patty cakes here. This is probably one of better 2A, 3A teams in the state right here.
We have not shot well.
No, we haven't.
And there again, a lot of turnovers. A lot of turnovers.
We need to keep just working that ball inside. Getting those shots in the paint like we were in the first half.
Perry's second free throw attempt's good. That breaks that long scoring drought the Lady Lions have suffered through. 41-14, Sacred Heart. Perry with the defense on Pratt. Jarrah Shoemaker, nice hand there, and she's going to be fouled. Stegman with whistle for the block.
Nice job by Jarrah Shoemaker. Deny the pass.
That's heads-up defense by Jera.
Nice job.
Nice drop pass to Mallory at the baseline. She turns around for a little 7-foot jumper.
Get the ball in that deep. That's a good shot every time.
The guards for the Lions hustling across the floor, hawking that perimeter. They drop it into Pratt. She takes it off the glass. 43-16. Lady Lions trying to get the ball up half court.
Mallory standing there gets the shoulder thrown into her. Wow.
The charge should have been called before the blocking foul. Contact made first, no call made. Then contact again. Mallory picks up her third personal on a blocking foul. Megan Donovan steps in there for a tie-up. That's ball's going to go to Minneapolis on the alternate possession. 43-16. We got 2:18 left to go in the third quarter. Mallory's shot goes up. Shoemaker picks off the rebound. They get it inside to Donovan. Donovan goes up, takes it off the glass and in.
Get that ball inside, we're pretty strong.
Lions need to watch that baseline. Pratt from outside, rebounded by Shoemaker. Atwell breaks free. She's going to take it all the way in. That's going to be a blocking foul and almost converts. This one here is still intact.
188 to 143. Oh, there it goes.
Well, now the Lions are up.
We're up 43, Mike.
Atwell at the free throw line. First attempts off back of the rim. Lions will sub two, crossing in for Donovan. Krista Frazier comes in for Jessa Perry. Audra Atwell at the line with the second free throw attempt. It's going to be off the front of the rim. Mallory going to get the rebound. And she's fouled. That'll be team foul number 6. That foul called on Helvey. Check that. That's on Katie Pratt. Shoemaker from the baseline. That ball should stay with Minneapolis off Pratt. Nice backside help by Krista Frazier. He takes that one down.
Mallory open for just a second inside. Jera just couldn't get it to her.
Stegman with the defense on Atwell. Get it back down to Frazier. Frazier spots for three from the corner. Up and in. Nice basket by Krista Frazier. That cuts the lead to 22. Stegman with the ball. We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. Pratt for three. She's going to.
Somebody on her.
Susan Reardon picks up the holding foul. I never seen what happened.
Must have been underneath the basket.
Pratt spots up for a three.
We're in the 1-and-1 already, Vic.
She must have been holding Mallory because it looks like Mallory's headed to the line. Nope, check that, Jared Shoemaker.
Yes.
Shoemaker to shoot a 1-on-1. First throw's up. It's off the side. Doesn't draw iron, so that's going to be a turnover. Sacred Heart to inbound. 47 seconds to go in the third period.
Minneapolis 1 out of 8 free throw shooting.
Lady Lions pick up a little pressure. Whitman from the wing. And that official hadn't been in a position to make the right call all night long. That's Mallory's fourth personal foul. She steps into Frazier's with the ball on the wing, looking inside to crossing. Another turnover by Minneapolis. Jess Perry comes out of there with the loose ball. She's headed down the floor. She gets almost to a carry, so she lets it go, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover to the Knights. 5.6 seconds to go in the period. They get it into Pratt. Pratt steps up. She's going to launch a long three. That draws nothing but net. That's 2 quarters in a row. They've finished with long-distance three-pointers.
They gave 5 points for that one,
Yeah, they gave him 5
Score
points.
should be 46-21, and they've corrected it.
You know, in a tight ball game that might happen here later on, that clock's going to be pretty important. The visitors' score starts going. That one over there is not in good shape.
If you get Uncle Walker in here, donate some money, get that fixed.
There you go. Well, this
46-21.
off to our left, it's back to being goofy again.
Half the red bubbles have shifted. Kind of looks like my Christmas tree at home. Half the bulb's not working.
Sacred Heart will have the ball to inbound to start the fourth quarter. And they have a 25-point lead, 46-21.
Yep.
Donovan steps in there and picks that pass off. Turnover goes to the Lions. Shoemaker with an open look at the basket. And she takes it all the way. Coast to coast for Jared Shoemaker.
It was open all the way to the basket. Good move by Jared Shoemaker.
Pratt spots up just inside the line. That's going to be a foul on Stegman.
Definitely over the back, and we're shooting 1-and-1.
If the Lions can keep control of the ball, they could do some damage at the free throw line tonight if they could hit their free throws. They're 2 away from a double bonus early in the fourth quarter. Donovan's first attempt doesn't draw iron.
One of 9 shooting for free throws. You know, a few more of those. It looked a lot better.
I have to keep telling myself we're playing a lot of sophomores, juniors,
Yeah, Lady Lions only have 2 seniors, period, out for basketball. And this bunch here with Sacred Heart have played together for a long time.
Minneapolis back in that 2-3 zone. Sacred Heart trying to pick it apart. Boy, he's been quick with the whistle on the block before they even get to the baseline. Jarrett's third.
I gotta tell you guys, I am working my tail off not to be yelling at the officials, but it is hard.
You're doing a good job tonight.
We're doing a good job, Vic.
You're enjoying the game tonight.
Yeah. I have to keep telling myself that too.
It must be something we're doing, either putting both our hands on or both. Sacred Heart claims that offensive board. Nice block. Megan had all ball. I was afraid they were going to get her for a foul. But
Oh, I was waiting for the whistle. But we got one. Ball out of bounds off Minneapolis.
looking for Whitman in the corner. She can't get her shot off.
Where is there not a foul? Finally.
Whitman with a reach-in foul.
That's going to be her third personal.
Jessa Perry will be up at the line with a 1-on-1 here. 19th foul on Sacred Heart. Lady Knights doing a lot of fouling.
You know, they could be looking at a gift here, Mike. Atwell goes up for the rebound. Megan comes down with the rebound. Turns it over. And then she goes in for the, tries to pick it back up. She's called for the foul. It's Megan's second personal of the night. 8th team foul on the Lady Lions. Sacred Heart able to convert their free throws.
I have to wonder how well these Sacred Heart girls will do against South or Central.
I think they would have a good chance of beating them.
They play a good ball game.
Brooke Eckert in for Minneapolis.
Lady Lions looking inside. They get it down low to Crossan. She puts it back out the wing. Ball's turned over. Skip pass cross court. Helwig goes up for the shot. She's fouled by Atwell. That's going to be second personal on Audie, I believe. Ladies need to shoot her up from the outside. They need to shoot her up from the outside.
Well, that entry pass goes into Jordan. She should just go ahead and pivot and go up and shoot every time. She's got a good position right there in the paint, and that's definitely a good shot. I know Coach would like her to shoot that. She will get fouled or she'll get the shot off. The Sacred Heart girls have been playing together for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and they play well together. And they are very deep. Team, they can bring 3 or 4 off the bench and play rather well also, along with the starters. So it's a tough matchup for Minneapolis. And they shoot the ball rather well. They pass the ball, and it's tough to cover all the bases.
Coming out of the timeout, Minneapolis have the ball. Donovan inbounds to Perry. Perry brings it across the timeline.
1-3-1 zone by Lady Knights. Doesn't look like they're wanting to trap out of it.
Eckert steps in for the shot off the side of the backboard. Sacred Heart picks it off, heads the other way. Whitman for three from the outside. It's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Jessa Perry, and she's headed the other way. Atwell swings it over to Perry. Perry's going to drive the baseline. She's going to get, there's going to be a blocking foul called.
She'll shoot two. We're in a double bonus, Vic.
That's McKee's second personal foul. 10th team. Now that ball was halfway down, bounced around, comes out. Second free throw attempt on its way. It's off the front of the rim, rebounded by Sacred Heart.
Minneapolis picking up man-to-man.
Audie Atwell guarding Whitman. She swings it over to McKee, down to the baseline. Another no call. Shoemaker back headed the other way for the Lions. She gets it down low to Atwell. Atwell picks up her dribble, backs it out to Shoemaker, who spots for three. There's Goeth, goes with the rebound, goes up for the shot. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
Good offensive board by Mao with 4 fouls. She has to watch out. She'll go to the line and shoot two here.
Had 3 fouls in that little flurry there, and only one of them called. Just goes to prove you can't get them all. Minneapolis continues its woeful shooting at the free throw line.
We missed a lot of front ends of 1-and-1s. It really hurts us.
Second free throw attempt's off, and it's rebounded by Jessa Perry. She brings it out, tries to get it out to Audie Atwell, turns it over out of bounds. 4:03 to go in the game as soon as they start the clock.
And Whitman throws it out of bounds.
No, they won't stop it.
Had an entire possession run off there without the clock started.
Not as bad as these Ellsworth chuckleheads last week.
Krista Frazier down there and in the lane, goes up for the shot. It's blocked by Bouchard. Nice give and go. Mallory takes it to the hole.
Could have easily been Bouchard's 4th foul there.
And Steph either turned, I think that's a knee, folks. I hate to see that. I hate to say that. That's a knee. That's not an ankle. She just went down in a heap.
Well, you hate to see that. One out of 14 free throw shooting Minneapolis so far in this game. Half of those would have put us a lot closer. It'd been
front ends.
Yeah.
Steph's up. She's got pressure on it. That's good to see. She just went down in a heap right there after she passed that ball away.
I think that'll be all for her tonight.
I think that might have been why the pass was picked off, because she didn't have any mustard on that one, Mike. Because as soon as she released that ball, she went down. 3:16.
Go ahead.
3:16 to go in the game. Minneapolis inbounding. Frazier frees herself up, gets the pass from Shoemaker. Out to Donovan. Donovan dumps a pass into Shoemaker. She's going to be fouled by Stegman. That's going to put Jarrah Shoemaker on the line shooting two.
Stegman beat again and has to foul, or Jarrah makes it all the way to the basket.
That's fourth foul on Crystal. Minneapolis misses another free throw. Second free throw attempts up, and it's in nothing but net. Crossan and Perry off the bench for the Lions. They're going to take Donovan and Frazier's place. Minneapolis picks up man-to-man. Pratt with the ball on the wing, guarded by Goeth. Almost thrown away. Mallory steps out for another attempt steal. 2.5 minutes to go.
Mallory with the anticipation.
Should have been
Almost
5.
Took care of that block.
Almost.
Mike, does this official out front here look familiar to you? Is he from Osborne?
Probably.
I think that guy's an administrator or whatever at Osborne. Atwell tracks down the rebound. Lady Lions head the other way. Kick it back out to Perry. Jordan Crossan all alone. Is she going to be fouled? Imagine that. That one was on the floor.
Well, it's not the NBA. It's not a continuity.
Absolutely no help. Jordan's first free throw attempt, front of the rim and off. Second one's up and in. Minneapolis trails by 26, 53-27, under 2 minutes to go in the game. Pratt takes the ball down. She's looking for it down low. Jordan hustles around, trying to get around her. Unable to do so, and they sneak in a backdoor pass off the backboard. Jordan Crossan with a nice follow. Puts the rebound back up and in for two.
Katie Cummings can play some defense, can't she?
We're under a minute to go. Minneapolis trails by 26, 55-29. Audie Atwell spots up for a little 6-foot runner. Nice defense by the ladies. Turnover. Atwell headed the other way. She picks up her pivot foot. She knew it. Turned it right back over to the Knights. 17.5 seconds to go. That should have been a walk. That's twice she's done that right in front of him. No call.
I think it's more Minneapolis people here tonight.
I think you're right. This side is almost packed.
A lot of alums out tonight.
Yeah, a lot of college kids back home tonight. It's good to see the young kids out.
Even some not so kids.
And that's the ball game. Sacred Heart 55-31 over Minneapolis. Lions were in it through a quarter and a half. Turnover bug. Turnover bug.
Now
picked
Dale.
on them.
3 of 18 free throw shooting, Vic.
3 of 18.
3 of
Wow.
18 with 13 turnovers in the second half. 11 in the first half, 24 turnovers, and 3 of 18. Kind of jumps out at me there. Defensively, I thought we did a pretty good job in the second half, except for a couple of times we had a couple little spells where they got a couple easy buckets on turnovers, bad passes from us. So I'll have some point totals here just shortly.
Once again, 55-31, Lady Knights over the Minneapolis Lions. The Lady Lions, I believe, fall to 2-4 on the season and 0-3 in NCAA play. That'll be their last action for the rest of the year. They'll be back in action after the first of the year. And Mike will have a few point totals for you here in just a little bit. And be back later with the boys tip-off.
Totals for Lady Lions. Audrey Antwell with 4 points. Krista Fraser with a 3-pointer, one beyond the arc. Big bucket, 3 points. Jessa Perry ends up with 2, 4, 6. I've got her for 4 points. Megan Donovan with 6 points. Jordan Crossan with 4 points, field goal, 2 free throws. Valerie Goeth with 8 points. And Jarrett Shoemaker with 3. Minneapolis with quite a few turnovers, both first half, second half. That did a pretty good job overall taking care of the ball there in the second half. Free throw shooting, 3 of 18, Minneapolis. If we could have made a few of those, especially front ends of 1-and-1s, it could have been a lot closer. And we'll be back with the boys' action here in about 10 minutes.